Craving your next action-packed adventure? Audible delivers thrills of every kind on your command, like Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir, where a lone astronaut must save humanity from extinction, narrated with stunning intensity by Ray Porter. From electrifying suspense and daring quest to spine-tingling horror and romance in far-off realms, unleash your adventurous side with gripping titles that'll keep you guessing. Discover exclusive Audible originals, hotly anticipated new releases, and must-listen bestsellers that hook you from the first minute. Because Audible knows there's no greater thrill than the one that speaks to you. Discover what lies beyond the edge of your seat. Start your free 30-day trial at audible.com/WonderyUS. That's audible.com/WonderyUS.
Are you feeling stuck in your career or lacking employment at the moment? Experiencing symptoms of job dissatisfaction? You might be suffering from a common condition known as career stagnation. But don't worry, there's a solution. Monster.com. Monster.com offers a comprehensive suite of career-boosting tools designed just for you. Our free resume review and AI interview prep tool will help you stand out from the crowd. Need more guidance? Dive into our career advice articles for expert tips and insights. And don't forget to check out our salary tools to ensure you're getting paid what you're worth. Side effects may include a new job, increased confidence, and a brighter future. Consult Monster.com today and take the first step towards your new career. Ready for your next job opportunity? Visit Monster.com now.
Hello, welcome. Let's chat. It's hard. You want to talk? I know, that's disappointing. Sit back. Let's work this out. How's it going? What are we doing here? Where are you going? Hey there. Wow. It's not always easy. It's amazing if you think about it. Let's think about this. Strange. I have some thoughts about that. Life is hard. Trauma bonded.
Hey T, did you see The Matrix?
Yeah.
Did you see Matrix Part 2?
No.
Did you see Matrix Part 3?
No.
Yeah. That's fine. The second one sucked.
How about the third one?
I don't know, maybe.
The first one was really good.
The first one is amazing. The second one, there's like this 15-minute Oldsmobile ad in the middle. That's really off-putting.
Oh man, did they really need a commercial in the middle? Were they like
They just
pitching for money or something?
Well, they just keep having close-ups on the car emblems. It's a car chase.
Oh, okay.
And Oldsmobile owns Cadillac. And I feel like the other cars that were profiled. So it just keeps zooming in on the Cadillac emblems on the cars. It's super off-putting. Bad Wachowski sisters. Bad.
Oh gosh.
But the first one's great.
What was that show that they did?
The Wachowski sisters?
Yeah. That was filmed in the Bay Area? Sense8.
Oh, Sense8. No, I didn't see it.
Oh, okay.
Did you?
No.
Okay.
Well, no, sorry.
This has been an incredible ad for the Wachowski sisters.
No, I auditioned for it though.
Oh.
Yeah.
No callbacks?
None, not one.
What role?
Also good story, right? What role? Don't remember.
If you'd been in it, I'd remember it.
Thanks, Elly. Me too.
Welcome to Trauma Bonded. I'm Elly Westberg here with Therese Garcia.
Hello.
And today is Therese's birthday.
That's a cool effect. Thank you, Elly.
And on Therese's birthday, we're discussing episode 358 of the podcast. This is actually happening. What if you were recruited to fight an invisible war?
Dramatic pause.
I love looking at T's face every time I reveal what the title is to her. A young actor who seeks a greater purpose is recruited into a clandestine war for humanity's soul and is forced to confront his desire for belonging at the cost of his sanity. And full disclosure, I work for the show. This is actually happening and T doesn't. But she's awesome and it's her birthday. Happy birthday, T.
Thanks, Elly.
She also comes in fresh, and this show, Trauma/Bonded, is for the listeners. It's a space where we can talk about each episode, digest it, and reflect on it with empathy and also a bit of levity. That's Trauma Bonded. T, on this, your 31st birthday, what stuck out to you as the heart of Max's story?
Oh, Max. That's his name?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's my dad's name.
My first dog in my marriage was named Max.
It's a good name. Good, strong name.
It is.
My dad's name was actually Maximo. Common name. My heart of the story, I went with one word for the heart. I used a word that he used. My word is schism.
Ooh, that's a good word.
You know, when I wrote it, I spelled it right. And I had more of a visual of what it was. It was like a slash in my head. Which,
It isn't, was that onomatopoeia? When it sounds like what it is?
yeah, right? Like moo, like that.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. But it did for me have a whoosh, like a slash. And I also did look it up to make sure that's what it meant.
Onomatopoeia.
Well, it didn't mean onomatopoeia. But what you're saying is what I'm doing, yeah.
When a word sounds like what it means,
Yeah.
that's an onomatopoeia.
Oh, sounds like what it means. Yeah, so schism. When he gets that notification on the couch, right? I had to write this down because there was a lot there. But it says something like, there's a pale, frail bird looking up at you from the perch. What is known cannot be unknown, and of who we speak is forever alert. This is the new schism. There's a lot there.
Yeah.
But a lot of like opposing things, right? Like looking up from the perch. Usually you're looking down from the perch, right?
Oh, yeah.
What is known cannot be unknown, right? It's like opposing things of who we speak. You know, you're speaking of them, but they're forever alert. You know, whatever, you know, so it was like kind of messing with my head. So schism talks to the split between opposites, like a split. So when I was thinking about schism, it was like a slash, like something between reality and delusion, for example. Right. So that's what I was thinking about with Max. So what he thinks is real versus what the purpose of that mission is, right? That he thinks is what he's supposed to be doing, right? But also, he's just going back and forth. He's like, no. This isn't real. But it validates everything he's thought about his whole life. He's an outsider, right? But it's like these two opposing things.
Dude, I think that you've really hit on something here because I do think that the entire theme of this episode is duality or oxymoron or two sides of the same coin.
Yes.
Or double-edged sword.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keep going, queen.
Thank you, queen. So I thought, schism kind of highlights that tension, right? Between sanity and insanity.
Knowing and not knowing.
Yeah.
And knowing and insanity.
Yeah.
Which I will get into.
Oh, good. Yeah. Yeah. But it's this line between the life he was given and this life that he feels he was called into. And it's really connected to the Matrix, right? I was thinking about the Matrix.
Red pill, blue pill.
Exactly. Pick one. And you always, I feel like, for me, I mean, I'll always pick, was it the blue pill? Always pick the blue pill. Is it blue, red pill? Always pick the red pill. Whatever the one.
The knowing one.
The knowing. You want to know the reality. Well, of course, I wanted to.
I mean, which leads me to my heart.
Yes.
Which is not actually the heart I wrote down, but maybe I have a two ventricle heart or atrium, whatever it is. I mean, that is what he's wrestling with ultimately, right? It's like there's something I intuit or I have instinct about that's not right, which I think we all do. Anyone paying attention has this intuition that he talks about. That's why The Matrix was such a prolific film and resonated with so many people. So many people went, I also feel that. So it's
Yeah.
not that you're special, it's that the powers that be aren't that great at concealing themselves. So we all are, if you're paying attention, you kind of can get an intuition about it. However, or also knowing as much as it maybe reassures you that your instinct is correct, also adds this whole other layer of problems because with knowing now comes responsibility.
Right.
What do I do about what I know? How do I fight against the powers that be that I am now privy to knowing? And when you don't have a way to fight against it, what do you do with it? Now you just have to sit with the knowledge that you have it, and that is can be increasingly powerless as well.
It's worse, right? If you have the knowledge and you choose not to do anything about it, right? You choose not to stand up and make a change, right? As opposed to if you're totally ignorant and and you don't do anything because you don't even know anything anyways. That's why. And it's okay, right?
Well, the ignorance gives you an excuse
Yeah.
to remain apathetic.
Yeah.
The knowledge presents you with an opportunity to act.
Yeah. And if you don't,
And if you don't, now you're left holding some sort of bag of inaction that you were given for a reason or maybe no outside party is even judging you, but now you are gonna be judging yourself about not acting.
now you're starting now you're like choosing wrong and you
Mhm.
know it internally and now it's like not to go there, but like you're going towards like this evil, like you're going towards,
Yeah.
I'm a bad person or something.
And I do think that's ultimately what this story is about, but the heart for me because I don't want to levy guilt on anyone because we all have levels of this in our lives. If we're paying attention, we all have levels of this in our life, and we're not here to levy judgment on anyone for what they do or don't do. But what we can take from this, where I feel like we could act on if we wanted to, is you don't have to be the Chinese spy. But if you have something in your heart to make art about, make art. And that might sound like trivial or small, but that was a big takeaway for me from this episode is that is a place where you have absolute freedom. You don't have to consider really anything that's real. You can make art and you can if you don't feel like you can act in ways that move people or jar you from your own apathy, you can make a piece of art and scream it from the rooftops, and you can let other people be moved by what you do. And any art I think that's made is okay, not all art is good objectively, but you could also say all art is good objectively. I said it. So it is.
Out there, yeah. Has been said, yeah.
Pantyhosey.
Yeah. We're getting so philosophical today.
I mean, what did you think about the episode overall? It's probably not an episode that we're used to hearing.
No, that's different. It was different. I didn't know where it was going, what was going on.
Did you feel let down?
Let down?
Did you feel let down?
Did I feel let down? I mean, not necessarily.
Excuse me, but your son Arlo was talking in a British accent almost the
He
entire
likes to do that.
evening.
He likes to do that.
Where did he pick this up from?
Oh, I don't even know.
I mean, because Blue is Australian, isn't he?
I know.
It's a big mixed bag, isn't it?
Tis, but
It is. It is
I have a hard time with Australian accents, so.
really hard, mate. So Max talks a lot about being an outsider Did you feel this when you were a kid?
Yeah. Yeah, totally. I was in the closet, you know. I was a little bit of a weirdo in many ways, not just that.
And probably I mean, looking back, that's ways that you can speak to, but I think he's talking about ways of, like, being a kid and being an introvert without having the language to say that you're an introvert and just
Mhm.
being in a room full of yellers, full of outgoing or extroverted people or and you know, you don't have a language around why you feel different, but you do. And then he talks about, you know, having this macho man standard carried and executed by his brother and his dad, which I think it's really difficult when you see people sort of executing standards that are quote unquote the norm or the preferred, and it seems to come so easily to them and it doesn't come easily to you, and so automatically puts you on a back foot or makes you feel on the outside. I mean, I understand this completely. You know, being on the outside of a popular clique, jock, mean girl, what have you, the people on the inside did always seem to just do it seamlessly, flawlessly. It just came to them naturally, and it almost felt like there was this natural selection happening,
Mhm.
and you just felt like if you just had the right shoes, the right top, or the right haircut, or the right body size, that you could be a part of it, but, you know, the more I think back on it, the more I realize, like, maybe not.
No, it's like a vibe or something.
There's something.
There's something else going on. I can see it in the schools with the kids.
Yeah.
It's like a
It's a natural thing that happens, like, the
yeah,
popular kids just tend to separate themselves, and it's there's no trying, and the people that try
yeah.
are obviously trying, and they're always going to be cast out.
It's like a natural way of being.
Yeah.
Like it's somehow doesn't even have to do with the way you look.
Money or fashion or
Yeah.
style, taste. It's weird.
It is weird.
Are your kids on the inside?
I don't think so, but I will say that Arlo's t-shirt was a banging today, wasn't it?
You got a good response from
I
the
don't
kids?
think so, but it was really cool, right?
The science teachers loved it.
Yeah. I just like Quetzalcoatlus, okay? I mean, it's so awesome. It's the
Okay,
pure
go ahead.
creature.
Tell our listeners what a Quetzalcoatlus is.
It's a prehistoric flying reptile, not a dinosaur.
This is not an educational podcast, but it is today on T's birthday.
Just saying. And my son is really obsessed with them. And I guess it's not like the coolest thing to be obsessed with right now, but
Spell it.
oh, Quetzalcoatlus. I don't think he's unpopular, but he owns it, you know? And he's very secure with it. So anyway,
So Max doesn't really get on with the mean girls or the popular kids, and he hates football. And he quite likes drama, but he doesn't like those kids either, and I don't really blame him.
wow, that's bold.
I mean, no one likes the over emoting, shoulder rubbing drama kids.
Excuse me. Wow. What were you? Nobody likes to debate kids either.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Oh, what are you gonna say?
well,
Debate kids always debating.
no.
Always playing devil's advocate. It's like, okay, well,
No, the middle ground between drama and sports is the debate team. I wrote that in my notes here. What were you were an athlete. You weren't a debate or a drama kid. Why are you
I was,
upset about my
I was,
characterization of a drama kid?
I was, you know,
They were a little sensitive.
I was in all the things. I was in chorus.
Her high school had like 70 people. And so the outsiders were the most desirable, the stoners, great. And he talks about being the identified patient.
Hmm.
Say it, T. Tell me, say the thing that you say about research.
Research alert.
Did you know what the identified patient was?
No.
I mean, it's kind of what it sounds like, but
Patient that's been identified.
in family therapy, an identified patient is the family member whose behavior is seen as the primary cause of the family's problems or the reason for seeking
Oh
therapy.
my God. That's awful.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it at
God.
15 or whenever he was.
You're the problem. It's you.
As he is a child of privilege, he gets sent to a thing called,
Therapeutic boarding school.
well, first he goes to a therapeutic wilderness program.
Oh, yeah. Research alert.
So a therapeutic wilderness program is programs that utilize the outdoors as a setting for therapy, growth, and healing, particularly for adolescents facing behavioral or emotional challenges.
That did sound like fun, though.
But what it does here for him, I mean, I think ultimately it's probably a good thing for him. But he does talk about like comparing himself to maybe more extreme cases, which can be damaging. But ultimately, I think this was a good thing for him because then he gets to go to a therapeutic boarding school where they're really promoting this, being emotionally free. And it feels like these resources set him on a different path and really sort of swooped in and saved him. And he is a resourced individual. He's a privileged kid, and luckily, at every misstep that he has, his parents were right there going, "We're gonna throw you into something else." I mean, these programs really helped him get in touch with himself and his feelings and gave him some empathy and insight into the human condition. I think that they really broadened sort of who he was. And then he goes to college and he gets into drugs and alcohol. But what really saved him ultimately was art. He sees this play, How I Learned to Drive.
Research alert. Wow, lots.
There was lots of research alerts on this one.
That's really good.
How I Learned to Drive is a play by Paula Vogel. She was the winner of the 1998 Pulitzer Prize for Drama and nominated for the 2022 Tony Award for Best Revival. How I Learned to Drive puts us behind the wheel of a 56 Chevy with our protagonist Lil Bit as she looks back on her rocky journey from adolescence to adulthood. Fasten your seatbelts as she navigates dark family secrets, teenage growing pains, and her turbulent relationship with her Uncle Peck. This is the write-up from the Boston theater scene. It gives Max this wild realization, right? Like, these sorts of topics, as he's observed, are taboo in families to talk about. But when you put it on a stage, when you put it in art, when you put it in a script, you can address these things. And it was a mind-blowing, mind-altering experience for him that really blew him apart in so many ways. It's perfectly okay to probe these things in art.
That is amazing.
Art is around us all the time, even in the midst of us denying these things in our own personal lives. Why why are people so willing to separate art from their lives?
It's kind of nice, actually, because you can say, okay, well, that's happening there. Has nothing to do with us. But you can see it.
This family is totally
We're just looking at it.
normal.
We're good.
We're good.
We're watching.
We're
That's
just watching that.
that's happening
That's
there, and that's sad.
sad.
Sad and bad over
Sad and
there.
bad, but
We're good.
we're fine.
Yeah. Wow. That is, yeah. Art is great.
Art is so important.
Yeah.
That was my next note.
Oh,
Because now Max is, he talks a lot about how he's able to express himself in art, and this was a big opening for him. We work out the shit of life in art. And the consumers of our art might be able to work out their shit by how the art moves them. And he says it himself. Oftentimes, that art gets ruined by the seeking of fame and celebrity and success, which is like hiding ultimately what it is money. And that's why art is often seen as a commodity, because artists inspire us all because they're saying the things that we all have inside us that we want to say, and they say it or they encapsulate it so perfectly, and so we throw money at them because we think it's brilliant. And what that inadvertently does, though, is it kind of dirties.
Cheapens it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the motivation for doing your art at that point? Why am I doing this again?
It's like that whole thing of, at some point, maybe in the early 2000s or something, people, instead of saying they wanted to do something important or make art that was important, they started kind of putting the cart before the horse
Yeah.
and saying, I want to be famous. And they were just seeking the fame or the money, and the art was secondary. And now it's a big fucking mess.
We're so pure, you and me. You know, I feel like we do it for the art.
Toil.
No, I mean, we are motivated by the art of it. We're not getting paid, thank God, right? I don't want to.
Do you think it'd be
Let's not.
Do you think it'd change us?
Yeah, let's not. Let's make sure, right?
I've only known toiling in my life.
Let's make sure not. Let's keep that going.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
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 Phew. I think it's like our 100th episode. I think this might be our, is this our 100th episode?
I think we're maybe 1 or 2 away.
Oh, okay.
We should figure that out, though.
Because we should celebrate our 100th.
Oh, is it? It
It
could
might
be.
be our 100th.
No.
I think it might. It'd be easy to find out.
Is it?
Research alert.
Right now we're at 96 published episodes.
Oh, okay. So 4 more.
We're
Okay.
coming up on it, y'all. Oh, I need to do brand stuff. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck us making money from this. Fuck it.
What a blessing that we're not motivated by that. Really.
No, I mean,
We're motivated by,
earnestly, we
Like,
really
really.
do just do this.
we just continue doing it.
Continue doing it
Enjoy it.
just really for each other.
Yeah.
And we enjoy it.
You.
Oh,
And you.
you. What about this Coke Molly scene when he looks on at all his neighbors and is like, I mean, this is his like sort of wake up call. He looked at these shiny children and what they were meant to be and was disgusted by them being little drug addicts.
Yeah.
I think about that all the time myself. Like went from shiny children to coked up sluts.
Yeah.
And he got sober again with the help of his mom, help of his mom and dad. Again, it's his privilege.
But it's.
But he does have the courage to ask, which people
That's what we
don't
have to
always
do.
have. And he talks about how you feel good when you take responsibility for your life. And I've never really heard it put in those terms before, but that hit me in particular. Like, it made me think of what does that mean, taking responsibility for your life? Obviously, it's about your relationships, but it's also about you. Like
Ownership.
you have a responsibility to your body. And it made me think about like when I work out at Orange Theory with your wife, that's me taking responsibility that day for my body. And it does make me feel good. And it gives me a boost of confidence. And like he says, when you feel good, the universe kind of comes at you. And that's when he started feeling good. That's when he booked Mr. Robot, a role called Bart in 2019. Did you ever watch that show?
Did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, but I don't remember.
No. And This is when he reads that poetry from the message he receives. This is the new schism. Okay, so if this was you, you get this message on Instagram,
Oh, yeah.
and it's like, names your street. 14th, we see you at 14th and Jackson. There's a war going.
Corner to the McDonald's.
Right. We see you going to Nature's Best every day to get
Wait, what?
what? And someone's saying there's a war going on and we need you. Do you respond? I mean, this is a
Like,
legit question. Do you
Amanda? That'd be weird, for sure.
But you understand his impetus to react.
Mm-hmm.
It's so specific.
It is. They know the color of the couch. They know where you are.
And then it gets deeper than that. Then they're saying things that like resonate with you, like you're very matrixy, like you've always suspected that something else is going on. We all intuit that something is going on that we don't quite understand or have access to because there is a war between the rich and the poor, and the rich have been waging it for millennia, and the poor are always the last to know what's happening. Okay?
Okay.
And there's this Chinese mind control and the dissidence, and it's magical and it gives purpose, and it says to him, I am special. I understand this all completely. I am not shocked that he wanted to go down this rabbit hole more. Are you?
No, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked.
We are also both moderately sane and moderately intelligent.
Yeah. I mean, that all resonated with me as well.
The hackers quoted things from his therapy, for Christ's sake, which
Yeah.
is supposed to be a protected space.
Definitely, I mean, through the phone.
Notes, videos. He's in a combo about Harvey Weinstein. Talks about this 3 pillars of power in the US, one being media and entertainment. So now you can kind of understand why they might have come after him if they think he could be someone that could be an infiltrator in one of those pillars if he's in that. Because this is coming on the heels of him having a somewhat I mean, at least a nameable role on IMDb. It wasn't just an extra, like he had a named speaking role on a very popular TV show in 2019.
Yeah, that was huge. You don't watch that?
I tried to get into it. I don't think I did, yeah. But he's not a good target for them because why? He can only be used if he keeps secrets, but that's antithetical to his sobriety
Yeah.
because what does he say about sobriety? Something about secrets flourish and I don't know, something. You can't have secrets.
Tells people.
You can't have secrets in sobriety. Okay.
That's
So
right.
if he was a non-sober person or a person still in addiction, he might have gone down this Chinese spy path. Entirely possible. He gets this Brian Vogel job, then COVID hits, and isn't it always then COVID. He's lonely, he's isolated and scared in this final war. He talks about this Dr. Charles Lieber research alert. I wrote research alert.
There's a lot of research alerts in
There's
this
a
one.
ton of. I'm not gonna read it though, you all.
Well, this one's a research alert for you guys.
For you. Hallmark research alert.
There's like a lot of words.
Yes, Google it.
Nanobiology?
Lieber. He was accused of being part of this 1,000 Talents program and a Chinese spy, and he did serve prison time, or he is. I don't know. I didn't fully read it. Go look at it yourself. But it is confirmation. Like what Max is telling us is not some tale of his own delusion. Like this shit actually is verifiable. And shocker, his Chinese liaison that's trying to recruit him says the greatest problem is the separation between the rich and poor. Oh my God, are we so shocked? I'm tired. Just tired. I've been saying this for
I mean,
a long time. And just like the mafia, just like your representatives in government,
here it is.
different interests just want money. And if you don't feel a part of the machine, that's natural. Because most of us aren't evil. Christians never talk about this. They never point this out. But let me tell you what's in your Bible, okay? Because you don't like to talk about this stuff that's in your Bible. Sorry, T.
Getting mad.
I know. I'm mad on your birthday, and I'm sorry about that.
No, that's okay.
You know what it says in the Bible? It's very clear.
Us Catholics, we don't really read the Bible.
Well, one thing it says is money is the root of all evil. Did you know that?
I know that, but I don't know if they know that.
It's in there.
Well,
Clearly stated. Just like that. I'm not even embellishing. It's stated just like that in every version. King James, New
you sure it
Testament.
doesn't say isn't the root of all evil? Did
Second.
they get crossed out and they put isn't?
Second. To draw the illustration a little bit closer to you.
Wait, what is it?
It says that it's easier for a rich man to pass through the eye of a needle than to enter the gates of heaven. Okay? An eye of a needle is like, it's like that. It's
Oh,
like
maybe
it's like that
maybe
big.
like an actual needle?
Even a big, massive like knitting needle, a man still couldn't get through that little hole. You know?
Like a real man or like a tiny man?
Tiny men can be real
A
nice.
tiny man. No, I'm just saying or it's a giant needle.
Sizest. You could have a 2-ton needle and you probably still couldn't fit a full-size man through the eye of the needle. Okay? You know what I'm saying?
Say it again, the needle thing.
It's easier for a rich man to pass through the eye of the needle than to enter the gates of heaven.
I think there's ways to interpret that, isn't there?
I don't think so. I think that's pretty obvious. So Max, he can belong and matter, and it explains his feeling apart from others his whole life. But this is where it sends his mind into true turmoil, and this is what we've kind of started the episode talking about. Because it's like, who do you trust? Who do you believe? All he has to do is record conversations with rich, powerful people,
That's all you gotta do. Can you do
and
that?
it can't do it.
Can't you just do that?
It's for the rebellion, man.
Can you save the world by just hitting the record?
But he can't do it. He can't betray these fools. I think it's a missed opportunity.
I mean,
to
really.
be fair. Plus, as a sober person, he is betraying that rule of keeping secrets. Like,
Right.
would you do it? Would you, if you were giving these like very specific, if you believed that
If
you
I
were being,
believed,
if you believed that you were being recruited as a Chinese spy for a good cause, and you were given specific directives on how to be a part of that rebellion, part of that cause, would you do it?
well, first off, am I not getting the technicals right?
'Kay.
Is it that I'm recording or am I just keeping my phone out?
Just keeping your phone
Yeah,
out.
I'm not even recording.
Nope.
I'll keep my phone out.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I believed 100%, I'd
Could
keep
you
my phone-
say that a little bit more loudly now?
I'll keep my phone out.
I just put my phone a little closer to T.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. If I believed 100%, I just keep, all I'm doing is keeping my phone out. I keep my phone out all the time.
Would you feel bad about betraying people that you thought were looking after you?
You mean like Brian Fogel?
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I need to know the details of the mission. Like, am I betraying Brian Fogel right now? Or is there like a bigger thing going on?
I think it's kind of like a means to an end.
Yeah. And he's not like, is he going to get, he's just like a little bit something. There's a bigger thing going on. He's not getting the whole thing, is he?
We don't know.
If they could just explain a little bit of details, just so I know that he's all good or whatever. If we're buds.
And I will say that like this isn't a distilled version of the story.
Okay.
If you want to listen to more detailed version of the story,
Research alert.
you can listen to Max's own self-produced multi-part podcast called The Final War.
Oh,
And you can find it on Spotify or Apple or whatever you get your podcasts. It's more in depth. Max's rock bottom is
oh yeah.
this total secrecy and isolation from his fam and his friends and therapists even, and absolute paranoia of what else he might find out. And this is the conundrum of the whole idea around ignorance is bliss, right?
Maybe I wouldn't do it. Would you do it?
No.
Okay.
This is the point of the matrix. It will free you from structures or dogma maybe that you've adhered to your whole life. You can know, but do you want to know?
Wait, I have a quick question.
Can you handle knowing what you don't know? Once you do know what you don't know,
Can't go back.
how does one go forward?
Can't go back.
You can't go back.
You can't go back.
And I wrote Christianity in there because I do think that's part of Christianity. Once you open a box in Christianity and you're going, "Oh God, I shouldn't have opened that box," because now it's like questioning every fundamental, rudimentary, foundational principle I've ever thought or believed. I'm gonna close it back up and forget I read it and go back to Hail Mary, full of grace, bit, a bit, a bit, a bit, a bit.
Yeah.
You know, but most things unravel when you really get into the deep, or they deepen. They become more real. They become more substantial. It just depends. You don't know what you're going to find. And if you do find something that kind of uproots your foundational beliefs, what do you do with that? Especially if you don't know if you don't have a directive on how to go from there. So, he's in touch with the Chinese dissident, perhaps, but is he really? And if he does follow their directives, is he really helping a cause he believes in, or is he helping some
That's
other dark entity that's putting on a
how can you
facade?
trust them?
Yeah.
But the thing is, with the Christianity thing, it worked out for you.
You think I'm happy?
Oh, I don't know.
Do you think I'd not rather be
In your
tread carefully
Christianity box?
in my little Christianity stupor?
Oh, I don't think so. Why would you have rather just been in that?
Ignorance is bliss,
Really?
isn't it? I mean, there's a reason it's a saying.
But the thing is, I think you would have had little hints here and there all the time, and you would have kept. It's like you would have kept closing that box, and it just keeps like,
You push it
and we're talking decades, and it just keeps
Yeah.
like, oh, it just keep like closing, and it keeps opening and closing, and you're just like, you'd go insane.
Well, but some people don't see those little things and just live in the peace of not knowing or thinking about the little things. And I do envy those people, yes.
Mm.
It's a conundrum. That's why I said it's a conundrum. Because yes, ignorance is bliss, but yes, I'd rather know. So yeah, I don't know. And he says it's not fun or sexy or cool to be a spy because you can never relax and you don't have anyone to trust.
Oh, what I was gonna say though, the Chinese mafia or whoever, they did the wrong thing.
God,
They should have hacked Brian Fogel's phone. What are they doing? Then they wouldn't even have to talk to him at all.
maybe they did. And maybe Brian didn't respond because they got.
No, but they don't even have to talk to him at all. They literally all they have to do is hack his
Oh,
phone.
just listening and
That's it.
Yeah.
Oops.
Oops.
Just letting you know. Just saying.
So on one hand, you got the pursuit of truth, and the other hand, you got this mental abyss problem. So, it's tough out there. And he breaks free and he's told, one day we will shake hands on the battlefield. And Max actually calls the FBI.
Yeah.
And again, this legitimizes his story. They come over. They tell him it's the Chinese government and they're never going to contact him again. And the point is, campaigns like this exist. I did look up these cases that he mentioned. The rapper from the Fugees, he did get prison time, I believe, from being a quote unquote Chinese spy. And this assistant of Cathy Hochul of the governor of New York also turned out to be a Chinese spy. So these campaigns exist. It's not shocking. We know how Russia and China have infiltrated our social media landscapes to profligate a misinformation war. This is not shocker. Why do you think that Max was pursued specifically?
I wonder if it was the Mr. Robot thing,
Yeah,
just because of
the whole if there's a pillar of film and
yeah.
entertainment or media and entertainment, he's like just in enough that he has
Mhm.
access to people, but he's not so famous that he wouldn't pay attention to a comment on his Instagram, maybe.
Yeah.
And maybe they got a sense of him that he was seeking validation, seeking belonging, seeking a life that felt important, based on conversations he had, especially with his therapist. He thinks
Oh,
that
yeah, there
that
was
he was a
definitely
target. So I guess the
but
ultimate
Mr. Robot was kinda techy, too. I don't know if that
I think it was more that he got a speaking role and was near and around maybe powerful people.
yeah.
What do we take from this story? It's not a story that we usually do. I mean, he nearly went down a path that could have turned out badly for him. And I think that we should all be aware of these forces too. They are real. And your intuition, I'm speaking to everyone now, your intuition about how the world works and it being fucked up is correct. Okay? I don't know what to do with that. What you should do
Yeah.
with that, good luck. I'm not telling you to join a rebellion
Right.
that's inspired on Instagram from someone claiming to be a Chinese dissident. I don't know if I can verify it. All that is good. But your intuition about things is correct. And instead of us denying our intuitions about things, we should be encouraging each other to know that how the world works is not correct. It's not for the common person. It's not for the common individual. There is a separation that exists, a big glaring schism between the rich and the poor that's intentional. And this has been since the world turned. And the only hope I can offer is that at least in today's day and age, that there's so much more awareness and there is a collective rebellion that we can all join and be a part of. And you don't necessarily have to put your whole life on the line because someone named G reaches out to you on Instagram.
Yeah.
But the origination of that angst is real. That's
Yeah.
true and real.
Yeah, I think that's a good learning. I think we're all vulnerable right now to that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
'Cause at least me, I mean, there's a lot going on. We wanna somehow save the world, right?
Feel
All
important.
scary out there right now.
Yeah.
But I like what you were saying about how even the art that we do can make a difference.
It matters.
Yeah.
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 And I think whenever you make something, it makes you more empathetic to other artists.
Just getting our voice out
It
there,
yeah.
you know? And not silencing again, I mean, we've talked about this before, but, after the election, I just wanted to crawl up into a little ball, and I felt silenced and, just wanted to disappear, but eventually got back out there. And yeah, again, we're just getting out there. Just keep saying what we're saying.
And speak out because it's in you, because your voice, it must be heard. It's not about monetization. It's not about building an audience or marketing. It's be your authentic, passionate self, and people will respond.
Yeah. And I think our way of rebelling is you know, to say what we want to
Say,
say.
fuck you, money.
Well, yeah, and to just
You
say,
didn't expect to hit us when we could self-fund
Yeah.
our own
You know what?
failure. We could,
Throw the money at us and I'll
throw-
dodge it.
yeah, because
We'll dodge it.
we'll throw money at this thing until
Yeah.
it's dead in the water.
We're losing
We're
money.
losing money, and we don't
Yeah.
care, because what are you going to do about it?
We
What are you
pay
gonna do
to
about
do this, actually. So we're going into debt doing this. So
Yeah,
fuck
so
you.
fuck you. Fuck you. Our voice is going to be heard all day, every day.
That's
Fuck
right.
you.
I'll spend money to do
I'll
this.
spend it. I'll spend it too. And I don't even have it. So fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah, try to give me money.
Ha ha. Fuck money. Fuck money and the horse
Oh,
money
well,
wrote in
let's
on.
Get
Yep.
violent.
Okay.
Animals or something.
Obviously, we would like to make money, but we're
And
saying
just for
we don't.
food and yeah, we actually make negative.
That's why adults that make art seem to have endless money, because they have to work a job to do the art that they do. I mean, very few artists make money from their art.
So
Just make art.
yeah,
Get your voice out.
you know.
This is the only life you got, man. Just say what you feel. On your birthday, T.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. This has been an episode of Trauma Bonded. You can find our show or podcasts are kept. Please rate and review us. Thanks to Max for sharing their story and giving us the opportunity to talk about it. And thanks to This Is Actually Happening team, including Whit, Missildine, Andrew Waits, and the maker of our music and website, Nathan Tromboli. And thanks to Cathy Sites for editing this special episode. And to Katy, I don't know, I said special. Max, you're special. And this episode is special. And Katy Caple, you're special. And you handle building those Instagram posts that are special. And T, you're special. It's your birthday. You like, seriously, you're my most special person.
Thanks.
Please subscribe to us on YouTube. You can contact us at traumabondedpodofficial@gmail.com. We're on Instagram, and we are trauma bonded to the story, to the storyteller, to the listeners, and to each other. Thanks for spending time with us today. Love you, T.
Love you, Elly. Good job. Hey, thank you.
Hey, thank you.
Okay. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Trauma Bonded.